Hello CVGers and a live athletic welcome to this week's Rumour Mill. Today we're taking a look at Remember Me, Capcom's fresh IP that throws guns, death and conventional heroes in the box marked B for bin and instead promises something daring and truly unique.
A friend once said, "The memory of a single man's a fortress, more complex than the vastest of cities."
We know what you're thinking. If it doesn't contain guns or death, then what the hell is it? Well, at first glance you'd be forgiven for thinking that Remember Me was another action-adventure in a designer jacket, or perhaps a knee-jerk reaction to the E3 stealing Watch Dogs, but it's much more than that. The combat has that irresistible free-form flow of Arkham City, and the crisp, futuristic presentation recalls both Mass Effect and Deus Ex, as well as looking bright and beautiful. It actually looks fun. But most interestingly, Remember Me is bringing a bold single-player experience that reminds us of some of our favourite narrative outings. You know, we're thinking Beyond Good and Evil, Portal, Mirror's Edge. This means that it's not just about blowing people's heads off or bolstering a campaign with heavy-handed multiplayer. This is a full-fat story about Nilin, an amnesiac memory hunter operating on the streets of Neo-Paris in the year 2084. It only takes one glance at Nilin to realise she's destined for fanboy immortality, and we don't just mean saucy depictions on DeviantArt and a few suspect fanfics. It's going to be a linear story, but we don't say that as any form of criticism. All it means is that the focus is on telling a story, and telling it really well. In an interview with CVG, Don't Nod co-founder Jean-Maxime Maury described Remember Me as a futuristic cyberpunk game, but one that's really about memories and human intimacy rather than a story about physical augmentation. As the name suggests, this is about the properties of the mind and soul, not turning legs into guns and augmenting your face with combat sunglasses. Your choices come instead from the elegant, non-lethal combat, and it's refreshingly free from headshots. Marie maintains that the last thing they wanted in the game was meaningless violence. Truly, this could be the thinking gamer's action-adventure. So where did Remember Me actually come from? Well, the game initially entered production in 2010 as a Sony first-party project, originally known as Adrift, but the title was cut after an amicable split from the publisher. The main positive that debut developers Don't Nod took from the break was that the concept for the game was reverted back to what they had originally imagined. Sony had moulded the project to sort of fit within their portfolio in order to prevent competition from the likes of Uncharted. Despite this, Don't Nod were able to continue developing the game and show it to publishers at Gamescom 2011, where no less than 4 separate publishers offered them a deal. The game also generated a ripple of support among the press and public that will hopefully become a tidal wave when the game is released next year. And on the subject of release, this could be the last big new IP of this generation. We're unlikely to see anything quite so ambitious so soon before the release of the next-gen consoles, and certainly nothing from a debut developer. The game is released on PS3, Xbox 360 and PC in May 2013, meaning Wii U owners will miss out, but we'll have plenty more on the game as we get it. Let us know what you're expecting from Capcom's next big thing. Please remember to rate, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you again for another Rumour Mill next week.